What kind of hurdles have you faced being a part of the food industry where you're competing with big ag and big food?
Well, one of the things that's probably been the most difficult is the regulatory side of dealing with food. I mean, I guess because we're a small player in usually a pond that has only really big fish, um, we're not tiny, but still, compared to ConAgra and stuff, we're tiny. And the regulations that have been put on, we play in such a wide variety of stuff, and you have to have regulatory oversight. Oh, there's a special one for meat. There's a different one for eggs. There's a different one for grain. There's a different one for produce. There's a different one for farm side. There's a different one for supplements now. Everything has its own regulatory um, inspections, bodies, licenses, all of those things. And, when we started back in the 80s, it wasn't a fraction of what we have today. And truthfully, I think it'd be very hard for somebody to get started into this space today. Because, I mean, I have full time people that just deal with regulatory compliance. And, and sometimes, you know, a lot of it, the interesting thing about a lot of the regulatory compliance, it's all about the paperwork. They really don't care what you do in real life
Mm-hmm.
as long as your paperwork's in order. And I think a lot of that has been created by big ag because they want to make sure that it's almost impossible for any small guys to get started. They have their processes in place. They have their full-time um, compliance officers, and um, and it makes, which we have to too. Um, but for a small person to get started, and that was a very big hurdle for me to get through, especially even over the past 8 or 10 years. It's more stuff. The Food Modernization Act, all of that stuff happening has been you know probably one of the bigger overwhelms.